red bottoms, how I'm dripping. All white Buffy's, how I'm saucy.
LapDiamondLondon.com.
All white Buffy's, how I'm saucy.
One. Yeah.
18 西服 do you think match up the whole jewelry in the hip-hop industry is a scam?
Yeah, we're back on it again. The whole fake jewelry and stuff. So yeah, is it a scam? I think to a degree it's a scam. I think jewelers in sort of like, especially in the American hip hop industry, yeah, I think it's a bit of a scam. But just because the jewelers are targeting rappers and giving them like, you know, opportunities where they're kind of blindsided, as in, I think it was Young Thug with Icebox, and they like was giving him jewelry, and he's just thinking it's for free and shit. And then they hit him with like an invoice saying, yeah, you got to pay up. It's time to pay up. So from that perspective, you could see they're being targeted. However, at the same time, this is being non-biased too. But at the same time, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, because you're getting all this free jewelry and you're thinking like, oh, just because you're lit, that's being a bit naive. And it's not even a bit naive. It's like super naive. So you should always question if anyone gives me anything for free, it's like, huh? my spidey senses start tingling and I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck you giving me this for free? You must want something back, or, you know, that's just the way I am. But I think they do target rappers heavily because they know what they get from it. You know, like the rappers and stuff like that, they move the whole culture just moves like fashion and stuff like that. So they know they're benefiting if the rapper's wearing their chain, or they got a video of the rapper in their jewelry store flexing and whatnot. They're gonna get so much stuff from that. They're gonna get so many eyes on them. It's like a great marketing technique, and everyone's gonna be start buying from their store. You know, everyone wants to look like the rappers. Even the basketball players want to look like the rappers. That, you know, it's just part of the culture, innit? You can't even just say it's just look like the rappers. It's kind of like just the culture. Everyone wants to be fly. Everyone wants to look fly, you know? Everyone's been called out too. I like people that just are honest and just say it is what it is. You know, we did that big video on like my perception of what fake jewelry is and stuff like that. And I just prefer people that's honest, because then it takes it away. It's not fake then. If they just say, look, this chain that I'm wearing is moissanite diamonds and blah, 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 then they're just being honest. You can't call that fake jewelry, because they're telling you what they're wearing. Because it is if they're saying, oh, I got solid silver chain with moissanite diamonds, it's still jewelry. It's not fake. How is it fake? It's just jewelry. You know, it's that mindset of everyone that's like, you know, it's almost like, in a way, the rappers and people like that, they make it bad for everyone else, because they shit on people and say stuff like that, like, oh, you're rocking fake jewelry and blah, blah, blah. And it's just constantly shitting on people, you know, like, oh, you're a bum, da, da, da. I'd never do a 9 to 5. They say just some stupid shit sometimes. It's just so ignorant sometimes, you know, and I love hip hop, you know, but it's like some of the stuff is dumb. It's stupid. Like, yeah, the 9 to 5, the major thing, but you're talking to the masses. Some people have to do 9 to 5s. Even the rappers themselves, they need people to do 9 to 5s that's on part of their team that work for them and stuff. You know? The person that cleans their big ass mansion. So you're shitting on them for doing their little job, but you need them in your life. You know? You cut yourself, you have to go to the hospital, right? Someone there might be working a 9 to 5 or 12-hour shift. You need these people in your life. So it's like this whole mentality of just shitting on people. I have to be a hypocrite and say, I'll listen to rap anyway, even though they shit on people. But it's still, don't just take it all in, people. Like, you know, a lot of these guys, even though they're saying fake jewelry and all this shit of shitting on people, they're living fake lives too. You know, they're portraying like, you know, they've got everything and they're living this life when a lot of the time they ain't.
I watched some YouTube videos on the subject and I was rather surprised. There was quite a few rappers that had been caught with fake jewelry.
Yeah, I think they ran a diamond test on 6ix9ine. He got caught out. Big Sean talks about how he used to wear fake jewelry. Moneybagg Yo even said, I used to wear fake jewelry because he knew to get into the industry, it's like he had to look like money to get the money. He says something like that. So yeah, I advise all you up and coming rappers, come to me, hit me up. I'll make you look like crazy rich. I'll make you some crazy pieces if you want, you know? The thing is, yeah, this is why this whole fake jewelry argument is dumb, because it's all about how something looks. I can make something and the quality of it and stuff like that, but I can make something high quality that looks better than, you know, some $500,000 necklace or whatever. I can make something look way better. You know? You could customize something at a fraction of that cost, like a tiny fraction of that cost. You can make something that looks even better. And they're doing that anyway, but they're still probably getting overpriced and stuff. Well, then again, the rappers that are already lit, the jewelers gain more from just giving them jewelry, like for free or at low discount, because they're going to get their shop promoted. And then all they do is tell the rapper or whatever, bring the jewelry back when you want to upgrade it. So they'll bring it back, they'll break it down and then make them something new again. So it's still the same piece of jewelry, but to us, the people viewing them, we're thinking, oh, this guy's fresh. He's got another chain and another chain next month, and next video he's got another chain. But sometimes they might just be bringing it back to the jeweler, get another chain made, and then the jeweler just breaks that one down and sells it to someone else and whatnot. So it's like a cycle where everyone's benefiting each other. It's like you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, no diddy, you know? And then you got the lab grown diamonds where you have, like, I think it was Elliot Eliante or something. He did the diamond for Uzi that they said was 25 mil. Like, come on, it's not 25 mil. But they did that diamond for Uzi's. He put it in his head. Sauce Walker called him out for making lab diamonds. He made, like, the CVDs, like the carbon vaccinated diamonds or whatever. So these big time jewelers and stuff, they're dabbling in everything. Even some, like, Lil Babe, when it comes to watches, they're all getting burnt. All of them's getting burnt when it comes to watches. Like, easily, like, a good 45% of people are probably getting burnt in some way when it comes to watches. Especially in, like, hip hop community, everyone busts down their watch. So you have people like the Neil guy, the watch expert guy from Pride and Pinion. I can't remember his name. We'll put his name here. But he'll call everyone's watch fake. If they bust down a watch, he's calling it fake. You know, although the body might be real, once they bust it down, because it's no longer the same watch. Like, if you have, like, say you got a Rolex and you bring it for, when you have a Rolex or a watch, like a fancy watch, you have to bring it in for a service. It's like a car. So say you got a Rolex, you got to take it into the store and have it serviced, right? Now, if you take a Rolex like this and bring it in the store, it's not factory set stones. It's all, we did this watch myself. So it's like, you can't bring it into the store because they'll just be like, we're not touching that because it's already been fucked with, you know? So you have to bring it to a third party to actually service the watch, you know? So with my with my Rolexes that are just plain Janes from the actual Rolex store, or if they're factory set, then I could bring them in. And then they'll take the watch for a few days, service it, and then give me it back, or tell me what needs to be done. And then you make the payment, you get the watch back, you know? But when you got a custom bust down watch, or even sometimes if it's got, like, aftermarket parts on it, Rolex ain't going to touch it. They're not going to want to touch it, you know? So when Neil is saying these rappers' watches are fake, they might have everything real, but because they've already busted down, he's just going to call it fake now because he's like, well, you can't even take it for a service. So how is it a Rolex? It's not even considered a Rolex no more. And from that frame, he's got a point, like a strong point, like it's valid. Like it's no longer the same watch, you know? But is it like a counterfeit watch? Or no, it's not. It's still a real Rolex movement and everything like that in it. And then on the flip side, you have some rappers that might buy a watch and not realize it's got, and not just rappers, anyone could buy a watch and it might have aftermarket parts in there. You know, like you might not have the Rolex sapphire, you might not have the glass here that's sapphire. It might be an aftermarket one. It might not be Rolex one. And that's what happened to Vlad TV. He had a Hublot. He traded it in for, I think it was a Prezi or something like that, like a presidential Rolex. And then when he got it, it had loads of different parts that were aftermarket. So when he went and got it appraised, it was the value, they couldn't even value it the same as what it should be because it had so many different parts in there. So he had to, you know, I don't know, argue with the jeweler or whatever, you know. So it's crazy. And imagine how many people are doing that. And then you've got the diamond industry where it's like, you know, you have to have a good machine that can separate the real diamonds from the fake diamonds. Not all these jewelers are going to have this. It's going to be a very small amount that's going to have a machine like this. So they might buy, you know, a kilo. So say you have a kilo of diamonds and they're all tiny little diamonds. Imagine how many of them are probably lab diamonds. That's what is known in the industry now. That's what is happening. People are like, you know, they're cutting it down. You know, they're mixing it. So it's a dangerous game when you're playing with, like, you know, the very expensive watches and jewelry. Because look, even so, Little Baby got caught with a Patek. He bought it genuinely thinking that it was going to be a genuine watch. And I don't know the full details of this story, so I don't want to speak on it too much because he got called out for it being a fake watch, but I can't remember the story because it might have just been aftermarket parts, but like a real body or something like that. Or it might have just been a full fake watch, which would be like crazy. Imagine like the baby, not the baby, Lil Baby, buying a watch, spending all that money, and it's not even genuine. So it's a crazy, crazy, crazy world. And when you got like these super clones and Frankenstein watches, they're going to look exactly like the real ones inside and out. Even down to the movement. It's like everything's like they're legit. The watch industry now is so crazy. The genuine watch and the replica watch, there's nothing between them now. When you go to the top quality replica watches, there's nothing between them anymore. I thought it was going to be like, you know, maybe in 5 or 10 years, there's going to be nothing between them. It's already now. There's nothing between them right now. The only difference that you're going to have is, let's say, for example, you get a Rolex gold watch and then you get a replica. The replica is going to be plated gold, whereas the Rolex is going to be solid gold, you know? Or at least like a very much more real gold in the watch. So straight away, the weight is going to be different because the plated is going to be stainless steel with plating or whatever. And then the Rolex is just going to be like heavy gold. So, or if you get a platinum watch, it's going to be super heavy, you know? And so the fake, other than that, you're not really going to tell the difference. Not from the naked eye. You'll have to bust open the watch. When you know watches like crazy heavy and you have like, you know, like to the level of like WatchBusta. So WatchBusta is like an Instagram where he exposes everyone's fake watches. So when you're at that level, you could start seeing inconsistencies with the watch, like how the lettering is printed, things like very minute things, you know, or say like on a watch like this where you have the magnifying glass bubble. It's like some of them they're not even like, they don't make the dates look big. You know, like the date would be the same size, so it's not a genuine magnifying glass. Like little things like this. And then you get real hardcore. Like there's a video on YouTube where they did a panda watch next to each other, and they had a real one and a fake one. And literally you would have to go in with like a microscope to see the difference, you know? And then movements are so good now, the way they make movements. That's why a lot of the time, I feel like if you buy a genuine watch now, like unless it's just stuff you like and stuff, but if you're like a watch collector or something, I think it's good to go for watches with crazy complications, because there's some complications that cannot be mimicked because it's just way too complicated to even for the fake people to do. You know, like look at Jacob's Astromnia watch. They can't fake that. You know, maybe let's see if we could find a fake one and then compare it to the real one, and we'll just do it here. If there's no video, sorry guys, we didn't find one. But the genuine one is so complex and complicated. You could never fake that one perfectly. It's just impossible. You know, but that's when you're going to these really super expensive watches. But then you have like the same Neil guy, not Neil, his name's Nico. I keep calling him Neil. I'm so sorry. It's Nico Leonard. That's his name. It just came to me. So Nico called out Rick Ross for his AP the other day, which is the emerald green, fully bust down factory setting emerald green AP. And Nico like had some viral videos saying Rick Ross's watch is fake and stuff. And what's crazy about that is that Nico was so confident in knowing that it was a fake watch because he knew the only person in the world that has one. So it's like the Drake watch and the one that Khaled has. If someone goes and fakes that, because you saw my top 10 watches list. That's my second favorite watch. I'd never get that watch, you know, or if I did, I'd have to pull out $1 million out of somewhere, you know. So if someone else, if I'm rocking that watch now, and I'm like a nobody, someone like Nico that's in the industry would be like, oh, his watch is definitely fake, because I know the only two people that got it, and it's Drake, Khaled, and whoever like mystery person has it. That's it, you know. So those are like off-catalog watches. So especially with the off-catalog watches, it's like, you know, if someone's wearing like the Tiffany Patek, it's like those are only given to celebrities. Even big time Patek collectors can't even get that watch. People that spent millions, they won't even give that watch. And I think that's a bad thing a bit. I think that's a bit sly from Patek, because if someone spent loads of money and then you're only giving these to celebrities, it's kind of like a fuck you to the person that has been with you their whole life. If that was me, I'd be like, well, fuck you, Patek, I'm not buying from you anymore, you know? But yeah, there's watches like that. But then again, one of those popped up on the market as well. That would be a good sell, you know? If I had the paper, I'd be buying that and then flipping it on, because you'd make some crazy. It's one of them watches you could just put whatever number you want on it, you know? Because LeBron James has one. I think Drake got one. One of them actors got one. There's just like a handful of them, and that's it. You know, no one else has one. And someone put one on the market. But yeah, the watch game is it's almost worse than jewelry, you could say, because it's just, they're so close together, like how the fakes look compared to the real ones. They're really, really close now. The thing about the watch industry too is like this. So with the Rick Ross one, so Rick Ross got called out, but I don't know what Rick Ross maybe done with that. Maybe here's the thing, especially with like our culture, it's kind of like, we don't care about all that noise. If we like something, we like it sometimes, you know? So like that green emerald AP that Rick Ross got called out for, he might not be able to get the genuine one, or it might be just such a mission to get that one. So he might have said, you know what? I love that watch so much. Let me make my own version of it, you know, or get my own version made. Or maybe someone showed him it and said, yeah, this is this one, but it's like an aftermarket one, but this is the original.
Rick Ross.
You're sure it's only one?
Yes. Remember when AP brought out this mad stones collection? The Royal Oak with all the different types of stones? You had to buy it as a set. You couldn't buy the single watch. You couldn't buy just, oh, I want the green one. No, you had to buy the full set.
So Rick Ross might have thought, oh, that's the original one. This is okay, I'm going to get this one and flex like it's the real one, you know? But at the end of the day, I think sometimes like, there has to be a little wiggle, in my opinion. Like, I'm not too headstrong on, oh, you shouldn't wear aftermarket. I'm all good with it. It's like, if I really like something and these watch companies will never, ever, ever let me even get to a stage where I'll be able to see it in person, actually hold it, touch it, or even wear it, or the opportunity to buy it, even if I was like super rich, I still couldn't buy it. Fuck yeah, I'm going to be like, fuck these watch companies. Let me just like make my own one, you know? And I'm not going to lie about it and act like it's real or anything. They'll be like, yeah, I made a tribute version of this. I've done this before. My favorite watch in the world, I will never be able to get it, touch it, or see it in person. Never. It would never happen. Unless like I have some wealthy blessings bestowed upon me. I'd never get to see it. So I made it myself. I made a version of myself. You know, I used the Daytona watch, and then did my little ripping it apart and then putting my stuff in it. And then now I've got like a close tribute watch, you know, but it's just for me. I'm a jeweler, so it's different. It's my sport. It's like a hobby to me. You know, I do it even if I don't make no money from that watch. I'm just doing it because it's like what I'm passionate about, right? It's like a fun, super fun project. It's like if someone rebuilds like a Ferrari, they're not going to say, oh, it's a Ferrari. It's like they just wanted to learn how to rebuild something of that caliber.
All red bottoms, how I'm dripping, drip. All white Buffy's, how I'm saucing.
LabDiamsLondon.com.
All white Buffy's, how I'm saucing.